mounting in the compartment. This connects the firefly system to the wireless awning controllers. Up here is a G6A. Those are push button reset breakers, all labeled out. And you'll see there's a long row of LEDs. And as you turn stuff on and off, the LEDs will go on and off. There is also a net port. The net port is every one of these switch panels is removable. And you can take these switch panels and plug them into the net port and test them. If the switch panel works correctly plugged into the net port but does not work in the wall, it means we have a problem with the wiring. If the switch does not work in the net port, then it's a bad switch. And every switch has a tag on it with the numbers so that you can contact Firefly or Integra and get a new switch coming. Your toilet controls. A little storage there, all the way around. Pocket door, pull down to unlock it. There you go. And again, pull down to unlock it. It locks in the fully open and in the fully closed positions. Your bed, you have storage under the bed. Lift up the bed. Storage on each side. Try not to store anything in the center. That center is the mechanicals that move the bed back and forth. If you put anything in there, it could get crushed or damaged or bind up the mechanism. I tell everyone for 20-some years now, take all these pillows and cloths and vacuum seal them or save them for when you trade it in. That's when these pillows and stuff have the most value, is when you go to trade it in or sell it, to be able to put it back to original condition. Storage on each side of the bed, a 110 outlet with a USB charge port on each side of the bed. When you are laying in the bed, there's a switch panel up here with door locks, light master, and light switches and shades. This is your ceiling fan. 2 dots is high speed, 1 dot is low speed, center is off. You have touch lights over there for the reading lights, and these lights are on the switches. Emergency exit window over there. Flip the lever out, push the window out, yank out the screen, and climb out in an emergency. Dresser drawers all the way across. Bose audio system. Overhead storage. Behind the TV. Put your hand right here. Pull. Is your safe. The keys to your safe are taped to the top of it. There's a little recessed door there that you pop off to use the key. Batteries, instructions, everything are inside the safe. We don't do anything with them. You have a Blu-ray player for the bedroom, and you have a wall plate in here similar to the other one for the satellite connections. The HDMI from the satellite gets plugged in to the HDMI there. So anyways, that's most of your connections. You got outlets back there to plug stuff in. All your remotes for the bed and the TV are laying up here on the shelf. Another outlet up there. There is a hole pass through. So if you want to put your satellite receiver on the upper shelf, you can, and pass the cables down and hook everything up. That is the temperature sensor for the bedroom. This hole is part of the glass breakage sensor. In here, behind the washer, see that little black box? There is actually a sensitivity knob on that. And again, here's your washer and your dryer. one thing about that sensitivity knob, and we've got them fairly well dialed in, but we still get problems with them every now and then. The issue, quite frankly, is that it's a glass breakage sensor. You're laying here in bed with the alarm set. You have a Bose audio system, which is pretty accurate. And it seems like the modern thing right now is when we have a movie, we turn the volume way down and whisper, whisper, whisper. So you turn your TV volume up to hear what the heck they're talking about while they're whispering. And then the gunfight starts and all the explosions are going off. Well, that glass-based breaking sensor is sensitive, so when it hears that sudden burst of noise, it sets off the alarms. So depending on what movies you watch and what you do with your audio system, you may have to further fine-tune the adjustment on that glass breakage sensor to keep it from setting the alarm off while you're laying in bed watching TV. Nice big shower. It has the water saver system, which is that knob up there. You rotate that knob, and it has basically 3 usable positions on the knob. One is normal shower, one is pause, and the other is bypass. In bypass, it runs the water back to the fresh water tank. When you are running it in bypass mode, this blue round sensor will begin to turn white as hot water goes through it, depending on the heat of the water. The hotter the water is, the more white that blue button will turn. It does not have a light in it. It just changes color based on water temperature. Now, keep in mind that we are sending the water back to the fresh water tank, which means if we're at a campground, eventually the fresh water tank will be full and we're just going to be dumping that water on the ground. So keep that in mind when you're using that the water is going to your fresh water tank. When you are dry camping, that's great because you don't waste the water and put it down the drain. So, something to play with. Again, there's 2 handles on the main shower valve. One is water temperature and the other is water volume. So your toilet, push buttons. Again, the shade does not go up unless you're in the room. So, since I haven't been in the room to put it up, it is still up. You got a storage area above the toilet, a vent above the toilet. Your closet has a motion sensor to turn the lights on. Extra carpets, a little storage area for shoes or whatever. Sink, storage, medicine cabinet. And shades. So I can put both shades up in the bathroom. Now you'll notice when you look at this controller, look, I can put my bedroom shades down, but I can't put them up. You know, when you're in other parts of the coach, you can put the bathroom and bedroom shades down, but you cannot put them up unless you're in that room. You'll see the lights. All of the lights that are in here have up-down arrows, which means they're all dimmable. You have the ability to open and close your vent and set your fan speed. We kind of pretty much covered this area. Again, here's your light switch. Now here you have a front master and a light master, which means from here I can shut the front lights off and not shut the back lights off. I can turn the front lights on and not turn the back lights on. So if I hit the light master off and hit the front on, I can get up in the middle of the night and just turn the fronts on. I can preset my front lights the way I want them and hit the off and save that setting. And then again, bathrooms, bedrooms, all dimmable. Next to the refrigerator, we have a pantry with adjustable shelves and a little drawer at the bottom. The refrigerator has a travel lock The refrigerator also has a water filter, and that water filter goes in here. That blue plug gets removed, the water filter gets put in. Save the blue plug. Unless you're never going to winterize this again, you need that blue plug, because that's what you put in to be able to winterize it. The freezer has its own lock down there. The dinette has storage underneath, the drawers, pull out, storage overhead, and your manuals are right here. Again, your theater seating and more storage. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and go get some stuff, get a drink, and then we're going to go over some of the electronics. Okay, let's go into all this fun electronic stuff. In your manual package, you will find this paper that says Winegard Connect. On it is a sticker that has an SSID and a password. You will take your phone or your tablet or whatever you're going to do this on, and you will log in to that SSID and password. So you go into your settings on your phone, go into Wi-Fi, and you're going to look for the SSID, and you're going to connect to it. Now, the first time you do this, obviously, you're going to have to put in the password. I don't have to do that on mine because I've already done it. Now, the next thing you're going to do is download the app. The app is called Vega Touch Nebula, Nebula. When you open the app, it is going to try and connect. Since you're doing this for the first time, it won't connect. So what I'm going to do with mine, let's see if I can get out of here. I've already had mine connected. Anyhow, it's going to ask you to connect. It's going to bring up a page, and it's going to say pair, and it's going to have a whole bunch of empty boxes that you need to fill in. It's also going to have a button that says use QR. Go ahead and select use QR. At this point, it's going to ask for permission to use your camera. Say yes. Now, a little square box is going to show up in the middle of your display. You're going to walk back to this wall screen here, and you're going to touch the gear right there. And up here at the top, you're going to see pairing. Press the pairing button. There's a square box right there that says QR code. Take the square box in your screen and put it on that QR code. Once your camera focuses on it, it will beep, and it will put the coach ID and password on your screen. Push the pair button. As soon as you push the pair button, it's going to ask permission, and this screen is going to come up and say a device is trying to connect. It's going to offer you the ability to give it 1 day, 1 week, whatever, or permanent status on your device. Accept, and your device will show up on the list. Moto Z3 is my phone. Okay? The trash can next to it allows me to delete that later. Now, something else here, remote data is on. Remote data means that if your coach is connected to the internet, you can open the app and connect remotely. This is what the app looks like on my phone. It's going to be similar to what you see up there, but it's different. The light bulb is my lights. Interior, exterior, I break it down by rooms. I have, you see where it says night? I'll show you this later on the other, but there are 3 presets that you can create. Night, if I press night, puts the coach in my version of night mode. You can change that if you want. Okay? If I press the interior button and hold it, it works like my Light Master. Alright, cab area. These are the lights in my cab. Living room. These are the lights in my living room. And you'll notice that they have slides, so I can dim them with the slider. Driver's side slide, dim. You know, sink, dim. The dinette where we're sitting, I can dim. Okay? I can go right through midship, and I can dim each one of these lights however I want. I can go to my bedroom and do the same thing. Bedroom ceiling's at 100%, I can dim it. Bedroom overhead is an on-off. So I can turn it on or I can turn it off, but I can't dim it. Bedroom vanity is dimmable. Bedroom accent, dimmable. Okay? I can go to my bathrooms. Bathroom ceiling, bathroom lab, bathroom accents, I can dim them. Court, my bed courtesy lights, for my courtesy lights. My exterior lights, I can turn my outside lights on or off. Okay? That's our lights. I can hit the home button, brings me back to home. Power, you can see L1, L2 voltage, house battery voltage. Okay? I can see my tanks. They're all empty. Notice that I'm low on fresh water. Inside temperature, outside temperature. Scroll down. Here's my shades. All my shades. Okay? By room. So there's my living room shades. My cab area shades. All that. This, picture of a bus. Exterior lights. My slide outs are right here. Press slides, and I can pick any slide I want. Driver side front, passenger side front, whichever. Press, and I have the ability to go in or out with that slide. This means you can stand outside with your phone and watch your slide outs go out if you're in a spot where it's tight. Awnings. With my phone, I can put all 3 awnings out. I can select an awning and run it. Means I can be outside watching it. Exterior lights. My cargo lights, passenger side awning, driver side awning, security lights, all of that, all available in that outdoor exterior light section. TVs. All 4 televisions are right here. Press living room TV. It's going to bring up this screen. Okay? Excite. If I press the Excite, it's going to turn my TV on. Turn on my sound bar. And this takes a second or two. And there's my dash radio playing through this. Alright. Now here's the fun part. This is now the remote for my dash radio. So if I press this button and go turn on house mode and cameras, get it to do it. Why are you not doing this today? I keep changing some of these settings, but normally I can put my cameras on that television. So literally you can lay in bed at night, you hear some noise outside, you can switch your modes and put the cameras on your screen. I'll have to play with that some more. So back to living. That's Excite. This is Soundbar. This is your Bluetooth Blu-ray player. This is satellite. This is your auxiliary input. And this is wall plate. Now wall plate is that direct to HDMI that I showed you on the wall plate where the satellite antennas hook up. Auxiliary is coming from the matrix. And then straight TV, you just push the TV button and it switches everything over and puts you on TV without using 4 or 5 remotes. And again, it's not instant. It makes several changes as it goes through. Now, the thing that's different in your phone app versus the main app is these buttons here. Okay? All of these are on the screen. Well, let me go show you on the... Okay? So when I go to the wall screen and tap that and hit TVs and hit my living room TV, that bar is the same, but each one of these, this is one of those buttons, the center is a section, and that's a section. So on your phone, you got this section, then you got this section, then you got this section based on the bottom buttons. Okay, so that's a little bit different, but it's all basically the same. And again, right now we're pretty much dealing with just the phone app side. All right, so if I hit the home button, hit the power button, I can see my AC power, my DC power, generator, AGS, inverter. AGS is auto gen start. Press and hold the AGS. And some of the stuff I probably should get programmed on the... Okay, so the AGS is not set up and that has to be done from the main screen. Enable. Oh, there we go. Hit start. Now the AGS is on. So I did have it set up. I just didn't have enough of the screen opened up because I'm sideways. So when you hit the AGS, it's going to bring up this window, which because I've got my phone in a stand laying sideways, I didn't see. Hit start, and now my AGS is on. Now it's off. Hit the back button. Here's my water tanks, water pump, aqua hot diesel, aqua hot electric. Says it's all on. Thermostat. Now here, the thermostat is similar but different to the other thermostats. Hit the living room, and you can see it's on auto. And this button is pairing. It tells me that I'm connected. This is actions. I'll do this on the other. It's easier. This is our toolbox. In the toolbox, this basically, when we do it on the main screen, is a screen where we can add and subtract. We can put different buttons in here if we want. Settings. When you're connected, you can pick photos off your phone and you can send them. Press and hold, it lights, hit open. Now that should put the picture on my main tablet. So you can put your kids' pictures up there, your favorite pictures up there. You can delete the one that I just put on there, whatever you want. All right, this question mark. Anytime you touch a question mark, it puts question marks all through the screen. Tap any of the question marks that are on the screen, and it tells you what that does. And that works on the main tablet on the wall as well. So, and then this button here is cleaning mode and puts labels on. Okay, well that's a basic rundown of the app. Again, remember, use the tablet paper here to get connected to the coach. Now, once you get connected your phone to the coach, then you have access to the app. Now, here, I'm going to press the gear button, hit images. Nothing came up, so it didn't transfer yet. And hit user. When we hit user, we're going to go to network. Now, it should say Winegard found on network. You're going to find that sometimes you need to refresh this 2 or 3 times to get it to populate the list. There's the list. When you go to a campground and you do this, you're going to see a list of all the Wi-Fi that's available in the campground. You are then going to look for the Wi-Fi that you have the password or the ability to connect to, and connect to it. This coach is currently connected to our shop Wi-Fi. So when you pick a Wi-Fi, it's going to ask you for the password. You enter the password, and it connects the coach to that Wi-Fi. All right? System stuff you're probably not going to use. I'm just showing you the screen. Close it. Software, if you call, they're going to ask you to check it. Right now, we are not updating to 1.4.1, even though it's here. I talked to Firefly about this the other day, and they said to wait because there's another one coming out. But when you come in here, if you're connected to the internet, you can hit check for update, and it will check and see if the new update is out. One of these days, it's going to pop up that the new update is out, and then you can run the update. If you're not comfortable with this, and I do suggest you consider that, is to call Firefly and walk through that with them. And your display settings, gives you your brightness for your screen. Sounds, mute the sounds, close them for certain times, whatever you want. That's that. Back to the home. In the home, this screen you'll hear on this left is always there. Away and stow. I'm going to pause for a minute. Okay, away and stow are almost the same thing. They're 2 buttons. They have the same options. If I press and hold either button, it's going to bring up a screen. Start delay with a pencil. I can edit that. Let's say I do this. I press that. And I'm going to set this for a 45-second delay. Lock the doors. I want it to lock the coach. Press the pencil. And I want to give that another 30 seconds set. All right. I want to turn the TVs off, so I check that. I want the AC to turn on at 75, the heat to turn on at 68. I want all my interior exterior lights off. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, I'm going out at night. I might want the exterior lights on. So I can say, I'll just turn those exteriors on. I want my shades down. I don't want people staring in my windows. So I go down through here and I put all my shades down. Water pump, we want that off. That way, if there's something going on, there's no leak, we're not pumping water all over the coach while we're not here. And we're going to hit save and close. Simple. Now, we hit away, and it's in away mode. Hit return, it comes back. Hold away again. Oops, we got to put it in away mode, sorry. But Stow does the same thing. And then when you're all done, you can go into the return thing, and you can tell it what you want it to do when you return. Stow is the same thing, only it's a more longer thing. So things that you might not do if you're going away for the afternoon, but you would do if you were putting the coaches in the barn for a month. Day shades, night shades. Again, the bathroom shades are not included. Night. This is programmable. Press and hold set 2, and you can rename it and save it to whatever you want it to be. Set 3, the same thing. Okay? So what I can do is I can go into my lights, and I can adjust the lights just the way I want them to be. Like I did with this. I set the lights where I wanted it, and I press that. I named it night. You can change it. And then the lights that I wanted on were on the way I wanted them, and I hit save. So if I went in here to set 2 and adjusted the lights differently for a different circumstance, then I can hold it once the lights are set, and I can tell it this is what I want set 2 to be. And I can name set 2 whatever I want it to be. AGS, press, turn it on. That turns your auto gen start on. Inverter, press and hold, hit start, it turns your inverter on. Okay? Press and hold to let it go, or press and just tap it to let it go. Press and hold the AGS button, and it will bring up a screen that tells you what information you want. I just set it to start at 11.7 volts. Quiet time is not turned on. Climate is, so the thermostats will turn it on. I can tell it to exercise. Okay? Exercise right now. If AGS is on, it's going to start the generator every 10 3/4 days or 10 2/3 days. And then how long I want it to run, I can set that, whatever I want, hit close, and save it.